Hello, my name is Marcus, and I'm here with,
Hi, my name is Pedram.
and we're part of the mindbridge AI Team 2. This is our presentation for case study A.
Thank you, Marcus. We're going to go ahead now, establish our organization, and set up the configuration for our engagement to create an audit plan for Builders Inc.
All right, so we're going to start with a new organization, case study A. All right, so case study A, Team 2. Save and
Mhm.
continue.
So we can also make the engagement name Case Study A
Perfect.
and the library is going to be Mac V.2. It's going to be for profit Mac V.2.
This top one right here, correct?
Top one right
Okay,
there,
perfect.
correct. And so fiscal start month January 1st. Audit period end date is going to be December 30th, 2023.
And then 2023.
Yes.
Okay.
And the industry is construction, and the company uses SAP. I think it's SAP 1,
SAP
SAP
Business One.
Business 1, I believe. Yeah. Oh, do you want to just put yourself as lead since you're
Okay.
piloting?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
perfect.
All right, save and continue, correct?
And actually, would you change the end date to the 31st?
It is 31st.
Yes, it is 31st.
Okay,
So for the name, it's going to be General Ledger Analysis Case Study A.
perfect.
Perfect. It's going to be time frame is going to be an interim analysis.
Interim analysis, okay.
Start date January 1st, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then the interim as date is going to be September 30th, 2023.
September what exactly?
September 30th.
30th? Okay, my
Yes.
apologies.
No, it's all cool.
All right, there we go.
And then the end date for the analysis period will be December 31st, 2023.
Perfect.
We're
And
going to use US dollars. So we can go ahead and create our analysis and move to uploading our data.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
These are from the files that we downloaded, right?
Yeah, so we can do chart. So we have to do the charts of accounts, and we have to do the general ledger one. I think it's case study. There's a case study A 2023. That was the general ledger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the other one is case study A COA. Okay. Let me make sure our dates are correct. Yeah, our dates look correct. So yeah, I think to hit continue to go ahead and make sure it captures
Okay.
the upload. Oh, oh, it's doing the integrity check. Okay, perfect.
We're good there?
Everything looks good. Yeah. Next, I think everything's mapping over correctly.
Yep, we're good
Yep.
there. Nothing.
All green checks. Looks good.
All entries.
Perfect.
Yep.
We got green checks. Transaction is recommended.
Okay.
And then let's make sure we have green checks on the bottom.
Yep, all
Perfect.
good there. Yeah, we're solid.
The material value should be 10,000.
Okay. And why are we putting it at 10,000?
10,000 is based on the acceptable level of risk for the
I
company.
see. Okay.
Yeah. Based on their size and their acceptable level of risk for their
So anything higher
dollar
than
value.
so anything higher than 10,000 would be significant.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Manual entry. Are there any keywords? I remember there's some keywords that we need to put in here.
So keywords, correct. Keywords were, I think the CEO's name was
Oh, Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. So do we
Okay.
add MJ on the type for the keyword?
Okay. Perfect.
And then yeah, Steve
Yeah,
Smith.
because
We
that
added
stands for
that.
manual journal or something like that, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, MJ and then Steve Smith. And okay, looks like we're good. So we
Okay,
can
so
go ahead and finish import
okay,
after
so
that.
it's only MJ and Steve Smith on suspicious keyboard
Correct.
down below. Okay. All right, finish import. Ready.
And then we can go ahead and do the chart of accounts now.
Chart of accounts, browse, computer, case study COA, then continue. File contains multiple sheets. That's perfectly fine. Next.
Oh yeah, the chart of accounts was on the first step. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, we're good there. Adjust the
Is
risk
that through the
score.
control points? Yeah, so we haven't gone to that. Have you gone to that point yet?
Not yet. No, no, no. So that'll be through settings
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then engagement settings. Okay. And then mindbridge score. Perfect. Okay, so the reason we're doing this in the
Yeah,
previous.
because we're specifically looking for any manual transactions conducted by the specific person. We want
Yes,
to make sure we give a higher weight to those things that we are expecting.
perfect.
And because the customer posts transactions over the weekend, we
Hmm.
know there is no risk there, and we're going to lower that risk.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So keyword, what's the suspicious keyword when you just move up to 15? We're going to do that there.
And I believe there was another one for
And then
manual. Yeah,
weekend post, we're going to take down to 0. We know that this company does transactions on the weekends.
exactly.
Okay, perfect.
And we can include that to the reason for change. We can just enter that in there as well
Yes, that's
for
correct.
audit trails. Yeah.
Now we're going to save this. So suspicious keyword. So reason for change would be suspicious
Increasing weighted score due to
company
specific
behavior.
due to company request for specific transaction monitoring.
I'm sorry, company request for what?
Specific transaction monitoring or specific keyword monitoring.
And then company would it be company has weekend transaction? That sounds a little weak. Yeah, I guess company
Company posts
their
transactions
post, that's the word. Thank you.
over the weekend as a normal. Oh, what I just forgot the word. As a normal business process.
As a
Hence, there is no risk associated with weekend postings.
perfect. Um no risk. Company post weekend transactions as a normal business process. No risk involved. Okay. And then increasing weighted score due to company requests for
On for specific use.
okay,
So that sounds better. Thank you.
done. All right, so then now we're going to run analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so our analysis has already been loaded. Now we're going to view the results. And then if we go to the data table, or no, where is it? It's a risk
Oh, we're
overview.
going to do a risk overview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Excellent. So looking at the risk overview, a few things kind of pop at us real quick. If we could just do a quick scroll down, kind of take a look at everything in general. So we have the transaction risk over time. We definitely want to go ahead and take a look at that at some point. And if we could scroll down again, just a quick overview. So we do also have some entry. So we have risk by type of entry. So we definitely want to take a look at that as well. If you would please scroll up. So we definitely want to just start off with the fact that our analysis has triggered and flagged 4 high-risk transactions. So we definitely want to take a look at those. If you please click on that, thank you very much. So it looks like we have 4 transactions flagged as high risk, and um, based on the profile of the company and what we're looking at, we definitely want to include these in our audit plan. So we're going to go ahead and create a task based from action right there with the action drop down. Oh, the bottom one with
This
the
one,
blue
my
line. Yeah,
apologies.
no, it's all good.
Create tasks.
And we want to go ahead and include in the audit area that this is high risk. And we definitely want to look at that due to the fact that it's high risk.
So for description, would it
So
be
we're going to do high risk transactions, high dollar value, and we're just going to go and save it and take a look at the rest of our information and see what we have.
right?
Thank you. Perfect. So let's look at risk overview again. So definitely want to go ahead and take a look at the risk, transaction risk over time, and if you can break it down by on the drop down says by month. Let's look at by week, and definitely a few things pop out, and we are seeing that at the last week of every month, it looks like there is a spike, and this seems to be the clear pattern. However, we definitely do see that there's a larger spike in September with the inclusion of this high risk. So we're definitely going to go ahead and annotate that. And this is something we definitely want to go ahead and notate for our audit plan. Perfect. So the annotation is going to be a clear pattern of spikes at the end of each month. Anomaly. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're
Of
good.
high.
I guess high transactions, right?
A clear pattern of a spike in transactions at the end of each month.
All
And
right.
then I'm going to go ahead and make a period and then include anomaly in September.
Include anomaly at the end
In, se- in September,
in September. There you
presence of high risk activity.
go.
Thank you very much, Marquez. And then we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the transaction by type on the bottom as well. So we can definitely see that manual entry is on the higher risk score, and that's a clear um, outlier. And we're going to go and annotate that the fact that manual risk is an outlier in the high risk score that we're seeing.
So manual journal.
Manual journal entry, yeah.
Um, four. And what is that above?
And then we're saying outlier compared to all the other types.
Go.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we're going to select transactions for testing. So to do that, we're going to go to the data table. As you can see here, there's a filter already in place since that's one of the beginning filters that we set in place. So what we need to do is we need to clear that out. And now all of our transactions are here. So now what we can do, now we switch to basic. We're going to go to account. We're going to go to, is it revenue or is it
Revenue, yeah.
revenue, right? Okay. Apply. At a monetary value more than 10,000.
Hmm.
Apply. The reason we're doing this is to see, obviously, anything that's over 10,000, that's going to raise some cause for concern within the company. So that's why we're doing this here. Right. And then what we need to do is we need to, do we select all of them?
Yeah, select all of them and create an option.
Okay.
Yeah, just like Marcus mentioned, based on the company's thresholds and risk appetite, we definitely want to look at anything that they identify as problematic and cause for review. And we're going to go ahead and add those to our audit plan, just like Marcus is doing right there.
Revenue greater than 10,000. Oh.
Oh, no, it looks like we're good. We can just hit save.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that that task has been done and it's 47 tasks, now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to advanced. Is high risk.
Hmm.
And then our control points. Apply. And then that's it for this one. We just apply it, correct? Manual. So these are all the manual entries. And we can see who is the one that said it. For example, right here, we see the CEO, Steve Smith.
Hmm.
We close that out, even these smaller ones. We see who in the company said it.
Hmm.
All right, so we're going to check out the open status, and then we're going to edit the tasks on them with filter, correct?
Yeah. And and it is important to note that manual entries are not the most common for our customer. That's why they really stand out, and we want to make sure we monitor them.
Yes.
And again, as we can see, they do include some of the higher risk transactions, and they kind of track with the concerns the customer has. So that's why we're adding these to our audit plan.
Okay, so now that we added these to the audit plan, now we're going to do the ones that have a status of not open. So we'll just click these four. Then we'll create tasks for them. And then this is also going to be, would this be revenue or no?
It would be
Control high risk
type manual entry.
manual entry description, low to medium,
Hmm.
mindbridge score,
Hmm.
not high risk. We'll still check
Hmm.
during this. Perfect. And then save, correct?
Yes, please.
All right. There we go. Now we see that all the statuses are open, and this is something that we'll check once we get to the audit. All right, so before we export this, we're just going to take a quick look here at the highest scores that we have through MindBridge. And we see, transaction ID J492, 494, 490, and J131. The two that really stand out the most are the ones that are for 195,000 as well as a 191,401 and 99 cents. Cool thing about this is we can see the account ID that's attached and the roofing material, right? That's the cool thing about MindBridge, right? It gets,
Mhm.
all of the um account IDs, and it gets all the transactions all together in one, right? So if we see here on September 30th, and this
Mhm.
is a big day that we've seen already,
Mhm.
and we'll go over that later, but we see here that the memos adjust J491 per the CEO, Steve Smith.
Mhm.
This is J492. So he's telling whoever's balancing the books to adjust this,
Mhm.
right? Um, by crediting the material and
Mhm.
then giving a debit to the roofing material, right? So
Mhm.
by crediting the cost of goods sold, this decreases the expense, and
Mhm.
he debits the asset, right?
Mhm.
So this fictitiously raises the revenue,
Mhm.
as well as we'll click on, where's that other one?
Yeah, and while Marcus is pulling up the other one, we know that per the company that the CEO's pay is reliant upon the revenue of the company and how much the company makes. So we
Exactly.
can see intent there while we're looking at this.
Hmm.
Go ahead, Marcus. Thank you.
Yeah. And then another funny thing that we noticed upon discussion, right? If we take a look back at the original, um, the COA, which is
Mm-hmm.
the chart of
Big
accounts,
part of council.
and then if we see account ID 15700, which Pedram, what line 56, correct?
Correct. Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yeah.
as we can see here, it doesn't, like Pedram was saying, it doesn't populate as anything else. So we have reason to believe that the CEO fictitiously made this account to try
Mhm.
to hide some numbers around, hide a little bit of money.
Yeah, as Marcus is demonstrating there, we can see that it does not follow any of the classifications of the other accounts that or other official accounts that are on the books for this business. And as Marcus previously stated, in order to make sure his transactions didn't stand out, he had to balance it. So when he was decreasing the expenses by crediting the cost of goods sold, he had to put it somewhere. So it looks like, based on what we saw in the chart of accounts, he created a fictitious account to debit so that when they were running the balance sheets, everything balanced out. So nothing stood out. And this is where a tool like mindbridge is very helpful for us because when we import the chart of accounts and we run our analysis and we are looking at these, we can see exactly what account is associated with each entry. And that's how we can show that there is intent for fraudulent activity because, again, by lowering the expense, increasing the revenue, the CEO is directly profiting. And what we can recommend to prevent something like this happening in the future is maybe restricting manual entries to very specific employees. That's one idea. Or if this is not feasible for the business, there should be a dual control. So one individual alone is not entering manual entries into the journal. And so for transactions above 10,000 specifically, because that's the threshold for the business, we want to have that line, that control, that defense of having another individual entering and or basically being the second pair of eyes when these transactions are entered. So based on the transaction amount, the seniority level of the dual control needs to increase. So for example, for the CEO, there needs to be another executive, the CFO, who needs to okay that. So these are a couple of recommendations that we have for preventing something like this happening again.
Like for example, like let's just take a little look right here, like example like J92,
Mm-hmm.
medium 30.5%. We can still trace these accounts,
Mm-hmm.
and we know who the memo's from or who it's for,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, they're high, above 10,000, but someone like you said, like the CFO, can overlook, stuff like this as well,
Hmm.
you know,
Exactly. Because
or
again,
even,
we go
mhm.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And even in the memo, even though you have the account holder, you can still put, approved by or per CFO or something like that too, with anything above
Exactly.
10,000.
Exactly. Exactly.
Alrighty, so now that we've seen where that fraud is being committed, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna export our findings to send over to the auditing team to present our findings. Okay, so to do that, we're gonna go to annotations. We're gonna select both of them, and then while that's in progress, here we download it. So there's
Yeah, so we definitely want to send these to our team so they can get an idea of what to look for, and get learn a little bit about the business while they look at the analysis we've done for them, and with our annotations they can see exactly what's happening, which is what's the transaction look like for a company in this time period, what is kind of the anomaly, and they can specifically see what to look for. Like we can show them that the manual entry is something they definitely need to look at, and then we can also present them with our audit plan, which includes the transactions, and Marcus is exporting those now, and those are the transactions that definitely need that second pair of eyes through the audit. And yeah, basically, we are painting the picture to them that we found these transactions that were unusual. Mindbridge did a fantastic job in flagging these for us, high risk. And when looking through them, is that exactly as Marcus is showing here? We can, for example, see, um, yeah, right there where it says, if you can scroll right to the left for me real quick.
to the left.
Yeah. So we can see that it says high risk transactions with high dollar value. So they can definitely look at that, and they can see what transactions we were looking at. Perfect. And our findings were that when we saw the crediting of the cost of goods sold, the debiting of a fictitious account to balance out the books and increase the revenue with decreasing the expense, pocketing, because his compensation is tied to how much money the company makes.
Mhm.
And this is a clear indication and intent of fraud. And with these tools, our audit team can go in and do their magic and confirm our findings.
Yeah, here's that other big one with account number 15700. And then it's funny, Excel is great because you still get those little errors, it doesn't populate to anything. But we see here that, it says adjust entry J491, which is this here,
Hmm.
but it's under J4. Obviously, I mean, if a correction is going to be a correction, then that's fine. There's
Hmm.
no issue with that. But the fact that we know now that account number 15,700 roofing material does not exist within the company, that just says it all. And then you see the adjustment done here
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the,
exactly how. So yeah, the adjustment is not going back. So if this was a true adjustment, as you're pointing out, if it would have gone to 15,300, but it's going to 15,700, which doesn't exist.
exactly.
So this is such a fantastic tool because it just points all these out, and the audit team can definitely utilize this and go look through those receipts, go exactly know where to look for, and this is invaluable for us moving forward and for the audit team.